Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
If I seize that, then
You're going to seize this?
yeah. And then
Why?
because I think you might be doing something.
At this point, the key issue is not filming itself. It's who has lawful authority to restrict activity in a publicly accessible area. In UK law, signage alone does not create a criminal prohibition. A sign stating "no photography without permission" has no force unless backed by statute, bylaw, or a lawful condition of entry clearly communicated and enforced consistently. Where land is privately owned but publicly accessible, the public enters under an implied license. That license can be withdrawn, but it must be done lawfully, clearly, and proportionately. Importantly, filming is not excluded from Article 10 protections simply because the land is privately owned. Unless officers can point to a specific legal power, not policy or preference, the demand to stop filming here has no lawful footing. This moment sets the tone: misunderstanding policy versus enforceable law.
Pardon?
Can I help?
No, you're okay, thank you.
You have to have permission to take photographs or film.
I have permission, thank you.
Yeah. Who do you have permission from?
Pardon?
Who do you have permission from?
The person I need to get permission from.
Okay. Can you tell me the details?
Sure. The starts with Article 10, finishes with the Human Rights Act.
No. Okay. We'll have to ask you to leave it.
I'm on a publicly accessible area.
No, we've seen all the signs that say.
Yeah, beyond this point. And do you know what the other sign says? It's publicly accessible up to the reception, so this is actually part of the publicly accessible area. So if you want to follow your own signs, we'll follow.
This is a serious procedural failure. Terrorism legislation, including Schedule 7 or Section 43 powers, cannot be invoked casually or speculatively. The threshold is reasonable suspicion grounded in objective facts, not discomfort, curiosity, or refusal to answer questions. Filming a police building on its own does not meet that threshold. National Police Chiefs Council guidance is explicit. Photography of police premises is lawful unless linked to hostile intent supported by evidence. Threatening seizure to check later reverses the legal test and breaches both proportionality and necessity. Police powers are not investigatory fishing tools. When an officer suggests seizure to find grounds after the fact, they are acting outside lawful authority. This clip demonstrates why misuse of terrorism language is not just incorrect, it undermines public trust and exposes the force to civil liability.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
If I seize that, then
You're going to seize this?
yeah. And then
Why?
Because I think you might be doing something for like terrorism.
So do you know the memo by the National Police Chiefs
So what I'll
Council?
do, if I take that and then I'll review that, and then if there's anything.
How about I
there-
show you the footage now?
Okay.
I've been here 5 minutes,
Alright.
alright? And so I don't want you to see this, my only phone. Terrorism for public photography.
Hang on. I spoke to you,
Mhm.
yeah. You said I've got permission, and I said who from, and then you didn't give me the details, so I immediately.
I did give you details.
No, you didn't. You said.
Article 10 of the Human Rights Act, yes. Freedom of expression, freedom of the press.
So then I think.
Do you know what that means?
What's that guy doing?
Do you know the oath that you took to uphold your oath?
So I think, what's that guy doing? That's a bit odd.
So you're incriminating my right to silence and my right to privacy is what you're saying.
I'm making sure that you're up to no good.
You make sure that I'm up to no good?
Yeah.
You mean you make sure that I'm not up to no good?
Yeah.
Or you're trying to find something. You're trying to make sure that I'm up to no good, so you're trying to find anything that you can because I didn't like to want to answer your questions.
No. I'm making sure
Okay.
that you're here,
So
and
we-
you don't not posing a threat to anyone.
Okay,
Okay.
so-
So you hang on, stop.
Okay.
Right. So you're right. Those signs there says no
Sorry.
access beyond the
Okay.
public.
At this point, am I being detained?
Hey?
Am I detained at the moment?
No.
Okay, so I'm not detained.
Here, we see a fundamental misunderstanding of civil trespass versus police powers. Trespass is not a criminal offense in England and Wales. If an implied license is withdrawn and a person refuses to leave, the lawful response is ejection using reasonable force by the landowner, not seizure of personal property and not evidence gathering. Police have no automatic power to seize devices simply because someone remains on land without permission. Seizure requires statutory authority, usually linked to a criminal offense. The suggestion that filming access routes justifies confiscation is speculative and legally irrelevant. Courts do not validate seizures based on hypothetical future misuse. This exchange clearly illustrates unlawful power creep, attempting to convert a civil matter into a criminal justification.
Then what if I go down there or down there? Then what?
Down there?
Yeah.
Then I expect that you'll be trespassing.
Sure.
And then you'll have to leave.
Okay. And what if I refuse to leave?
Then I'll remove your device because I think you're probably doing something.
So you're going to remove my device for engaging in a civil trespass, although you've just seen the footage.
Because well, I don't know what you're going to. One of the reasons I think you may be going on that, I suspect that you want to sort of look at access and things like that. So that would worry me. So I'd remove that and check the footage, and then see what's on there. If there's anything on there that could sort of give away, I don't know, you put it on YouTube and it shows you access routes and all that lot. Take it to the court. And they might decide.
You really think that would go to the courts? Mate, you would find yourself in civil litigation before you could say shit.
So we'd have a look at that. And if there's nothing on there, then happy days.
Yeah, you'll be the one up in court on civil litigation if you take my phone.
So happy days will get returned to you.
Go for it.
But if not, then you'd be trespassing, you'd be ejected from the site for trespass.
Right.
But if you're staying in the public areas,
This is the legal turning point. Officers openly acknowledge no crime is being committed, yet continue enforcement based on emotional impact rather than legal threshold. Discomfort, stress, or unease without more does not override Article 10 rights. While private landowners may withdraw access, police must not conflate welfare management with enforcement powers. Asking someone to leave because staff feel uncomfortable filming is occurring is lawful only if framed as a landowner request, not as a quasi-criminal directive. Crucially, discrimination arises if filming itself is the sole trigger for exclusion, while other lawful behaviors remain permitted. Rights cannot be conditioned on providing explanations or intentions. This clip exposes a persistent error, treating lawful expression as a problem to be managed rather than a right to be respected.
crime at the minute, but there is obviously a sign that says that there isn't any photography permitted on private property. So asking you nicely to leave. I think it's reasonable to give you an appropriate time in which to do that. So we're going to go away, and what we'd like to do, we'll come back in 10 minutes, and we'd like you to have left. All right. And you can read that. You can listen to that back later in your headphones. All right.
Sure. What was that last bit?
You can listen to. Have you recorded it, so you can listen to it back?
Oh, I don't want to listen to it back, so I'm going to continue recording.
Okay. Well, do you want to talk to me now? You're taking your headphones out.
Go on.
So we're coming to speak to you because we've had a report that you're taking photographs of police vehicles and people's private vehicles that are leaving the police premises. All right. So that's caused people concern. So that's why we've come to speak to you. You're not committing a crime. You're able to take photographs, although there is a sign that says that it's not permitted to take photographs.
I have written permission.
Who from?
Human Rights Act.
No, that isn't applicable in these circumstances.
Why not?
Because it's private property. Okay?
Right.
So we've the
Is this not a publicly accessible area of that private property?
Yeah, but the
Human Rights Act does apply, and my freedom of expression does apply here.
You asked me a question. Do you want me to answer?
Well, yeah. Well, if you're going to give a sensible one.
Yeah. So the implied permission is for you to access reception and make inquiries. That's why we've come to check if you're all right. The permission.
No, you came over because that woman. You came over because that woman went and told you that I'm here.
Yes.
Not to check that I'm okay.
Well, she was concerned. That's why we've come to speak to you. But obviously, like the right to the access to the premises is for people to come and speak at reception. Yeah?
Right.
And we can withdraw that permission. Okay. So we're asking you nicely to leave because you're causing people distress. I imagine that the reason why you're recording, auditing purposes is sometimes what people say. I don't know. You don't have to tell me why you're recording, but obviously that's why we just want you to leave because you're causing members of staff distress.
Are you asking me to leave